Recently, one of my really good friends who's struggling with ending a long-term marriage asked me a question about how do you overcome the guilt and the frustration with wasting so much time. After ending my marriage, I struggled for a really long time with what is known as wasted time syndrome. I had invested all of my 20s and the beginning of my 30s to a marriage that was no longer existing anymore. And quite frankly, a marriage that took a toll on my life and my overall well-being. And so I struggled with feeling like I gave the best years of my life to something that's non-existent. And for a long time, I was consumed in frustration and anger and resentment because of this. And then there came a point where I recognized that there's no proof that anything could have been any different. There's no proof that anything could have been better. A lot of times we get so frustrated with the past and we try to recreate what we wish would have happened. But sometimes we have to experience what we experience to be able to make more informed, healthier, and better decisions moving forward. So I'm going to share 3 ways to help you overcome wasted time syndrome. The first step in overcoming wasted time syndrome is to practice self-love and forgiveness of yourself. A lot of times our frustrations lie within ourselves. We're frustrated that we didn't see sooner. We're frustrated that we didn't leave sooner. We're frustrated that we didn't listen to other people. We're frustrated that we invested time, energy, and love into this relationship. But the truth is we are not going to succeed at every single thing that we do in life. And even bigger than that, just because it ended doesn't mean that you're a failure. And so instead of consuming yourself with nasty remarks and frustrations and anger and nasty thinking, try to practice self-love. Take care of yourself. Let yourself know that you forgive yourself. Because the truth is, the longest relationship you'll ever have is the one that you have with yourself. And if you walk around with resentment and unforgiveness, that poisons you. And you need to be in a healthy place to make better and healthier decisions for your future. So again, the first step is to incorporate self-love and forgiveness so that you can move forward successfully. The second step is to remember that everything does work together. I am a Christian, and that is one of the verses that I've held tight to, unwavering with, because I do believe that everything aligns, everything falls together. And to be honest, there are points in our life where we're not meant to understand why things didn't go the way that we wanted to, why we wasted time, why we were hurt, why things happened the way that they did. But all in all, it all comes together. So maybe you had to go through that marriage to have your beautiful children. Maybe you had to go through that relationship to learn more about self-love. Maybe you had to go through that relationship to realize your potential or your purpose. I know for me, there were so many things that I learned from my experience and from my marriage. And if I walk around resentful, I don't have an opportunity to really learn from it. And most importantly, we have to understand that this is all a part of our journey. We all have these things that we're not always proud of. We all have these things that we're maybe a little bit frustrated with, but it all comes together and works to create us into being who we are meant to be, who we were designed to be. You see, the truth is God knew exactly what was going to happen in our life. He knew where we were going to mess up. He knew who we were going to meet before we met them. He knew the way that the relationship or the marriage was going to work out for you. Nothing is by accident and everything is by design. But if we walk around with resentment and frustration, we don't have an opportunity to learn. I'm a firm believer that there's so much to be learned from our experience, and there's so much wisdom in our wounds. And if we spend so much time trying to avoid it or trying to hold on to those toxic and negative emotions, we don't have an opportunity to learn. For me, through my own experience, I have been able to coach and support and strengthen and empower other women to tackle difficult emotions, to tackle overcoming that hurt place, to tackle overcoming wasted time syndrome, but more importantly, for them to move into their future with purpose, with excitement, with intention. Without my experience, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. And so the one thing that I was ashamed or embarrassed about is something that I'm now proud to use as a platform to support and encourage and empower other people. Finally, the third step to overcome wasted time syndrome is to make the most of now. While we could go over and over in our mind again about all the things we wish we could change, all the things that should have been done differently, all the, oh, woe, it's me, we can replay our past over and over again. The truth is, we can't change anything about our past, and we can't change anything about our future. All we can change is right in the here and the now. We can only make shifts and changes here. So ask yourself, what did I learn from that experience? What would I like to gain from this experience? How would I like to use this and move forward? How would I like to take what broke me and use it to build me? Who am I now because of this experience? Who do I desire to be because of what I went through? Make the most of the here and the now, and that's what's going to have the biggest and best impact on your future. When your marriage or your relationship ends, it can be difficult to move forward because you're dealing with a lot of emotional baggage. You're dealing with a lot of difficult emotions. You're dealing with wondering why this happened in the first place and what this means for you. But I want to let you know that you're not alone in questioning these things. You're not alone in being frustrated with feeling like you wasted time, and you're not alone in wanting to heal. And that is why I have become so passionate about using my own experience as well as my clients' experiences to craft and create programs and courses to support you on the journey to healing. If you are looking for practical steps and strategies that you can incorporate to move from hurt to healed, look no more. I have a totally free course where I will teach you the 7 simple steps to survive your split. We talk about the mindset blocks that prevent you from being able to move forward, how to move past those obstacles, how to incorporate practical strategies to have more success as you're healing, and more importantly, how to move forward and make your next chapter your best chapter. So make sure you use the link below to sign up ASAP. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Before I go, I want you to answer a question for me. What would your life look like if you let go of the bitter, the anger, the resentment, and the rage and the frustration that you're holding so tight to, that you're remaining loyal to, and made a commitment to focus on totally healing? Comment below and let me know. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you go. And until next time, I'll chat with you guys later.